Howdy y'all, and welcome to this week's quick cast where we are going to hit on a topic that is close to my heart because it's something I have struggled with for many years, and it's kind of multifaceted. I had this conversation with someone the other day, and it started around their athletic performance, how to improve their overall health. But as we know, everything is tied together. So we started discussing sleep, and then from sleep we noticed that it's really the stress factor in his everyday life that's affecting everything else, which is ultimately not getting him to the results that he wants to see in the gym or just with his overall health. So kind of to hit on this in a couple different ways. We're not going to spend too much time on sleep. We've discussed that in the past, but when it comes to managing stress, that's something I have worked with professionals on and also have dabbled with different things on my own as a little trial and error to see what works. Because if we have high stress, that's going to affect our quality of sleep, our amount of sleep, and then that's ultimately going to, as we've discussed in the past, affect us getting the results we want. You know, lack of sleep can lead to weight gain, can lead to losing strength, to not performing as well in workouts or in life. So we want to address the root cause, which for many of us busy professionals, parents, you know, we have a lot of obligations. It's that stress factor. And a couple things that I do to help with this, and first and foremost, I'm a big advocate of talking with mental health professionals. They can help a lot with this. I know I have a couple mental health coaches that have helped me tremendously to improve my, not necessarily lower how much stress I have, but deal with it and control it in a better fashion. And the first thing that is huge for me is working on my daily time management, blocking out times for different activities. So that way I'm not stressing about getting the work done and I'm not falling behind on work or obligations. You know, the night before, I look at the next day and I plan out the entire day. So I know where I have to be, when I have to be there, and also what tasks have to be done. I see a lot of people just fly by the seat of their pants or plan in the moment. Not only does this cause us to miss things, but it adds an immense amount of stress because we don't know what's coming and we sometimes fall behind and it just compiles on us. So that's one big thing. The kind of included with that, but separate, is I block in each day what I call recharge blocks. I post about them often. My walks are the main thing I use, but really we should be giving ourselves 20, 30, 40, 60 minutes each day. That's why I like to divide them up, of time we step away from work, step away from our family obligations, and just let ourselves be with ourselves and recharge the batteries. A lot of people here use those as their workouts. That's why we say it's your 1 hour a day to invest in you. I like to get out of the gym, so that's why I use my walks. But it could be anything. You know, some people just go sit at a coffee house. It could be, you know, go, if you're an artist, go draw a little bit. If you whatever you enjoy, that should be part of your recharge block. The biggest thing that has also helped me, and I kind of laughed this off when my mental health coach gave it to me at first, but it's been tremendously beneficial, is give ourselves grace and give ourselves permission. A big struggle of mine was, you know, I could never turn off my brain. I would worry, stress, and think about things at night when I should be relaxing. Or if I'm on a trip, I wasn't in the moment. I was always stressing and thinking about other things. And what I found was, by working with a health coach, is I would tell myself, okay, I'm done working. I'm going to spend the rest of the night doing this. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work. And what that does is now it's at the top of my mind, and now I'm thinking about the things that have to get done. I'm putting stress on myself, and I'm not enjoying the moment. I'm not being present. So she simply has me, have a hard stop when I'm going to work. So I know what time it is. I know what I'm going to do. I'm done working. And then I give myself permission to disconnect, to, you know, go have fun, go do something else. That shift in mindset from I can't do this, I can't do that when it comes to not thinking about work. And now I have permission to watch this movie. I have permission to go on this date night with my wife. I have permission to play a video game if that's what works for us. All of these things have helped me control my stress. And then I put into play some of the things we've discussed in the past of to improve my quality of sleep. I'm trying to go to bed earlier so I get more sleep. I'm sleeping in a dark room so that my quality of sleep, I get to that deep sleep faster. I'm not perfect on any of it, so it's key, just like with anything on our health and fitness, that we take the wins when we get them. I still have moments that I don't live in the moment and I'm thinking about something else, or I have days where I don't get everything planned, something pops up, and it does add stress to my day. But if we can celebrate the days we win, learn from the days that we have a minor setback, that's going to ultimately improve our ability to manage stress and ultimately enjoy life, which is going to carry into our ability to sleep better, which will ultimately help us get to those results. We're going to lose the weight we want to lose, lose that body fat we want to lose, gain strength, be able to perform better, all of those things. So hopefully you find this helpful. Another big thing that was hard for me is say no at times. A lot of us can take too much on. It's okay to say no. Invest in yourself. Make sure you're set up for success. I learned the hard way. Saying yes to everything puts me at a lower percentage of my best for everything I'm doing. So no one's getting my best, but I'm doing everything. Now I say no to more. I'm at my best with the things I actually do, and everybody's more successful, more happy. So this is a topic I could talk about for hours with you. If you have questions, again, I'm not a mental health professional. I strongly encourage everyone to work with one. I do myself, but I can give you tips that have worked for me and, as always, help you on your health and fitness journey. So reach out if you have any questions, and I hope you all have a great weekend.